Hello everyone, my name is Max, and this is my design challenge. Thank you for watching. This design challenge is meant to be a lesson plan for world languages, specifically for Portuguese in this example. We're looking at the middle school age and grade level here, 6 through 8, and in the early phases as well, sort of within the first couple of weeks of instruction. Students should have had at least a little bit of experience learning some words, really basic ones, how to introduce yourself, how to say your name, and also some instruction with Scratch as well. Particularly the broadcast feature is going to be the most utilized for the sake of this. The lesson plan is to take about 60 minutes or so. And as an educator, we have our goals of teaching, specifically for this lesson, the concepts in Latin languages of masculine and feminine vocabulary words, and how verbs agree with their pronouns. Other goals for learning as well, via the ISTE standards, we're hoping to be educators that are collaborators, not only with other colleagues that we may have, but certainly with the students for the second part of this design program. The design using Scratch comes in two phases, which we'll guide ourselves through here very shortly. We're going to be starting the class with introductions, not like we've never met each other before, but more so, what did we do since last time we met? If it was the weekend, what did we do over the weekend? If it was yesterday, what did we do outside of class? And with these openings, we can start to gather some more vocabulary and expressions for how we would say these ideas in Portuguese and start to gather them. Make a word bank on a whiteboard. Okay. Then we'll focus more specifically on the subject at hand, the vocabulary and the phrases at hand. And that brings us to the first part of the design project. This is an individual program. Students will be working on their own, learning vocabulary, learning pronunciation, some phrases like to say, who I am, what I am, and things of that nature. The next one will be more collaborative. So very, very straightforward, modeled more after, say, a Rosetta Stone or Duolingo type of lesson. We get an introduction from our characters. There will be a robot by to translate into English should anything become unclear as well. And also the teacher should be there as well to just clarify things as they come. So we have our vocabulary. Very simple, straightforward. Man, woman, boy, girl. Phrases on how they are. How to say this, and we have it broken down. Me pronouncing these phrases both slow and fast, and students should be repeating them as well. You click on the sprite and you will hear it pronounced. Ends with a game. The cat character is going to be giving a command to click on something going around. In this case, it's the man. When you do, you are rewarded. Come here. And that closes out this section of the design challenge. The second part is more open and a collaborative effort between the students. They should form groups. This is going to be a conversation. We have two characters here. They'll be talking to each other, and this conversation is just disaster. It's a total mess. Nothing makes sense. The cues and responses are completely incongruent. And sometimes outright false. For example, if you were to click on the sun, you'll see it make a statement saying that it is the moon, which it is clearly not, and those errors will also be in the conversation as well. So the students in their groups should be guided to see inside the programming, where we'll see the skeleton of the conversation, how it's meant to flow with the broadcast cues. Students from here can take this as they'd like. The goal is to have these two characters have a cohesive conversation that is logical. For example, you wouldn't say, goodbye if somebody asks what your name is, as happened in this one. So students can take any form that they want to create this kind of a platform. On the left side is the skeleton of the conversation. On the right side of the scripts are more options to insert there. And some are correct, and some are wrong. In any way, students can go right to the text and change it to how that would better benefit the conversation. They can choose something else to insert. They can change these as well. They can leave it as it is, but work around it. However makes it flow. That is the end goal of the exercise, is to have a conversation that makes sense. Okay? The teacher should be approaching each group and not providing answers per se for the students, but guiding them in ways that is constructive. Say, for example, Kat says he is a robot. Well, the student may want this to be a robot in fact, but maybe we can guide how to better express that. Is it a robot? Yes. Is it a robot cat? Is that a little more specific? How can we express that? How can we better express that and weave it into the conversation? Open there, with the goal here of not only having students learn a language through what they want to learn and want to express, but also to better fortify their skills using coding and coding language as well. Hopefully a dual attack here for our learning platform. We'll end with assessment as well. Did we like the exercise? And so there are some questions here as well to see if the concepts were in fact learned, and I can get some data that way to prove whether or not it worked. And if so, then hooray. If not, well then, back to the old drawing board. We'll find a better way of engaging the students. Well, thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with everybody here in the future.